apart from the back pains, what other kind of health risk are, people who sit for long hours are exposed to?
Yeah, so I will talk on a perspective where this become now like a sedentary lifestyle, because sitting long hours, whether you are sitting at the bed, you are sitting on the car while driving, you are sitting on the office, it is highly discouraged, and it has been associated with many lifestyle conditions. So I will mention them like high blood pressure, cholesterol. Being overweight can come as a result of you sitting for long hours, because this body of ours doesn't require us to like be in one constant place. You need to move it, you need to get moving. As much as we are taking in food and nourishment, we also need to be active.
So welcome back to our YouTube channel, and I hope you can see me. Hi, my guest. So thank you guys for joining us back. Today we have a very interesting conversation about the health of drivers who drive for long hours. As you know, I always give advice on how to join the Uber industry, how its profitability looks like in Kenya, and the best cars that you can buy. But as you can understand, everything has its own risk. And today I have a guest who is a nutritionist, and she will be giving us more advice on how to make sure that we don't risk our health as we drive for long hours. So welcome to this channel. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. My name is Grace, and I'm a friend to this channel very much, and I'm also a nutritionist, so I thought it's wise that I can share my wealth of knowledge in that field, especially to drivers, long distance drivers, people that are driving every day. Of course, there's some health risk involved, and there's some few details that they need to know about optimizing their health while in that industry. Yeah.
Yes, and maybe just a reminder to all of us, those drivers who use Uber and Bolt, the application can only allow them to drive for a maximum of 10 continuous hours. So that means there is some truth. Why is it that the Uber and Bolt app does not allow drivers to drive 24 hours? What is your opinion on that?
Yeah, definitely. This industry, or the act of driving can cause you fatigue. And it can cause you fatigue not only to your body but also mentally. And one thing and one quality of a good driver is being mentally well. And also you need to be energetic while you are driving. So you cannot be allowed to drive for a whole 24 hours, and it doesn't happen in any other industry, because our body, the way we are made to work, yes, but also we need to rest so that we can stabilize ourselves so that we can work the next day. So it is just so human for someone to work and then rest. Yeah.
All right. So the day that I go driving, I sit on my car, let's say on a Saturday at 8 in the morning, and I wake up at noon. What risk do you perceive in that kind of behavior, sitting for 4 hours without doing anything else?
So sitting for long hours also have some health implication. First and foremost, to your posture. The posture that you have while sitting can also determine how well or how bad the situation can get. So of course we can't avoid sitting for 4 hours, but then what can you do after you have sat for 4 hours? Maybe getting a client from point A to point B. You have to do your job, but then after that you have to offset the many hours that you were seated. So you need to get yourself standing up. Maybe even just do a walk, get out of that car, and then just do a walk to the nearby market, nearby shop or something like that, then come back. So that one will allow you to not get very fatigued, and also prevent you from having future complications, especially to your spine, to your back, because some drivers of long distance drivers, when they get the age of 50, the age of 60, they start to complain of back pains, joint pains and all that, and that is because they had a lot of many hours of sitting on the car seat, and then just going to sleep right after that. So a good or a healthy advice that I would recommend is that you walk or you just stand after sitting for like 4 hours or so that at least you balance that aspect.
All right, so that is very well noted actually, and I have had so many, you know, Uber drivers who have done it for like 3-4 years saying that it is a common problem for Uber drivers to have back pains. So in your view, given that this is the only job that people have, do you think we can say that driving is a sustainable career? Is it a sustainable career?
It is a sustainable career, and that's because I've seen it being done over the years since I was born. People are doing long distance driving. It's done even in the, you know, developed countries, in the middle developed countries, and in the low income countries like Kenya. So it's something that has been there and it will always be there. So you just have to know how to hack about it and being intentional about wealth, because despite whichever career that you are in, some careers, even going, you are like someone who is seated at the office the whole day or for like 5-6 hours before they can go for their lunch break. So it's almost like the same setting. Yeah, so you can only be intentional about your own health. So to be aware in your mind that I have sat for this number of hours, there is a time maybe I don't have a client. What can I do at that time? Maybe I can walk, maybe I can stand. Other things that you can do, you can also invest in yourself, like you can go for therapies or massages during the weekend, or you know, just loving yourself after very long hours of working hard. You know, you gotta pay yourself. So you just have to be intentional about your health, and driving is sustainable and it will always be sustainable.
All right, so the other thing, do you think that people who sit for long hours should have a particular way of living so that they can offset their long hours? You have said drivers can be walking around like before they go to the next trip, or maybe once you drop a customer, you know, make sure that you step out of the car and stand. But in terms of lifestyle, people who sit for long hours, is there something different that they should be eating, for example, or drinking, that people who don't sit for long hours don't take? Is there a special diet for people who sit for long hours?
Oh no, there's no special diet really that I have seen being researched on. But what I can say, like if you are a long distance driver or you are a taxi driver, you definitely have to do more, you know, like the way he has mentioned, to offset the long hours that you'll be seated throughout the day. You know, one thing that you can do is maybe enroll in a gym or in a workout program. Because when I say gym, some people might say like drivers are not that rich, gym is for the rich people. But definitely I don't mean that. If you can afford, that's okay. But also there are also many alternatives to workouts. You know, there is outdoor kind of workouts, like say in the evening when you sign off your driving, you can just go for a walk in your estate or go jogging, or you can go to Karura maybe every weekend to go and run for like 10 kilometers. You know, you just have to add it into your life and make it something that is part of you, just like the way driving is part of you. Make sure that you have some form of workout that you engage in. No, you don't have to do it daily, but you can do every other day. So like every Monday, then you skip, you go to Wednesday, then you skip, you go to Friday, then Saturday. Something that is very sustainable for your schedule. That is one thing. So workout is one thing, and then another thing is definitely you need to be eating healthy. And I know this is a major concern for many of the drivers, matatu drivers, cab drivers, whatever kind of drivers. Sometimes we just are fond of snacking each and every minute, and unhealthy snacks. So you find a driver will have maybe have taken soda and mandazi and maybe smoky, and that is what they eat. So there's, of course, I've seen studies that have been shown on matatu drivers or public drivers where they are not able to achieve their daily recommended eating kind of behavior. So you need before you get on the road, make sure you have a very healthy breakfast, at least to give you energy to keep running throughout the day. And then you also be aware that not every day you are taking sodas, not every day you are taking mandazi. Get a proper meal, and that will really help your health and also keep your career going for years and years.
Yeah, so maybe the last question, apart from the back pains, what other kind of health risk are, people who sit for long hours are exposed to?
Yeah, so I will talk on a perspective where this become now like a sedentary lifestyle, because sitting long hours, whether you are sitting at the bed, you are sitting on the car or while driving, you are sitting on the office, it is highly discouraged, and it has been associated with many lifestyle conditions. So I will mention them like high blood pressure, cholesterol. Being overweight can come as a result of you sitting for long hours, because this body of ours doesn't require us to like be in one constant place. You need to move it, you need to get moving. As much as we are taking in food and nourishment, we also need to be active. We need to be active. Sometimes our schedule may not allow it, but just be sharp in your mind that you need to slot something for your body, something for your health. So sedentary lifestyle can cause other complications, like I've mentioned. It can even cause depression when you're always seated in one place. It can make you have anxiety, be depressed, become overweight, have high blood pressure, cholesterol, and so forth and so much, and much more.
Yeah, so thank you so much, our nutritionist, and we look forward to hosting you another day. So what would you say is your parting shot as one sentence to anyone who sits down to work?
So for me, I would say that a healthy lifestyle can give you more years of life. It can prolong your life. So be intentional about your health and you will live a long life. Yes.
Thank you very much, and see you in our next video.